Another project's been going through the twinkle lights. As you all know how they all quit. A lot of them have been out on the tree. No big project. I want to leave my trees up, and if I'm going to leave them up, I'm going to make sure the lights are working. So I'll probably just put a couple strands on that one, then the other one over there. This is a blanket of lights. It's colored. It works, even though I see there's a bulb out there. It might not be working right now. These strings, this one I know doesn't work. This is older than the hills. So anyway, you know how that goes on those. Alright, I've got some relic hooks that I dug. Great big dudes. You can see by the size of my foot how big that is. I put it on the old nylon rope that was on the swing. Another big hook over here. So it's kind of one of those stretchy things. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of tape, maybe every couple feet, so it doesn't get separated. Alright, so there it is. Got a little tape all the way around there. And she'll be ready to go. Alright, so I was able to get started on redoing the targets. I do store some stuff behind the target assembly. The lower target's still in good shape. The backing for the log slice, you can see there's been quite a few hits down here, so that'll be repaired. But the great thing is this here, our local lumber yard said that I could go ahead and take some of the pieces of lumber they use to separate the large stacks of lumber spacers. This one is already screwed together, although I didn't run these very straight, but it probably really doesn't matter. I missed one screw there. I've gone ahead and put this in the clamp here. This is a 30-inch pipe clamp. This, as a matter of fact, the old pipe we drug out of the field here last year. But trying to pull together, there's a slight bow here in this one, as you can see, so I don't know whether I can take that out of there. I really don't want to leave it too big a crack in the face. This one, the face, of course, is the opposite side. But we'll see what happens when you get it drilled up and get the screws in it. Leave it clamped maybe overnight before I screw it. I don't know, maybe it'll pull together. So we have that. So I will show you what the setup will be. The overthrow guards are still up. I would really like to get those down, maybe and get them looking a little better. I'm not sure exactly how I do it, but I'm trying not to buy anything. I really don't want to buy anything, not to just see it get torn up. Lumber, like I say, is just out of sight. I'm sure if you had a, let me come back to you. I'm sure that if you had a axe throwing business, the lumber charges would be pretty bad. It doesn't take long to tear up a 2x6, a pine board. So we're just thankful when you can get something. I'll see how these work. They are quite thick. Let me show you. That's about 1.5 inches. So I'll have 2 of them. I do have some more over here. So I can get, I think, 1 more. Like I said, it doesn't take long to go through one. Of course, that's why we use the log slices. But if I have some friends out or whatever, we'll have some nice targets. They are 2.5 inches. So it takes 10 of them. Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing 10 of them. I think that'll be enough to give me a 2-foot circle in the middle. Of course, it's not regulation. It's going to be a regulation target. But that's what we got. I'm going to drill some holes in this cross member that's going to hold it together. Just pre-drill it. That way when it needs new lumber, all the screws can be saved and reused. Splattered and cut me when I sawed the wood. What we have for first aid what you use for first aid in a place like this is just get a paper towel, instant bandage, and a little bit of adhesive tape, and you slap it on. Right? Whoops, I missed. If anybody shows up here to throw axes and they get cut on anything, a nail or an axe or a knife, this is bandage protocol. Blood stopped, that way you don't get it all over the place. Okay, I think we've got them all covered. Try to get it run halfway straight. And we'll run some screws in. Hot dog. Where did I put the screws? I don't know. I'm going to use another drill, I guess. Both these drills, the chucks are bad. It just drives me up the wall. I tell you, I'm going to look on eBay and see if I can get new chucks for them. You hate to throw them out. But you just cannot get the chucks tight. The key, the bit or whatever you put in it just does not stay where it's gripping it. It wants to spin on you. I'll do end to end since we got the clamp on. I'll try to go tighter before I put this end in. At least this is the one we want. Okay, that's end to end. That's all I'm doing tonight. I'm going in and pooped. That looks pretty good. Yeah, got to get old Hector fired up here. I've been running pretty good. I've been running my lights, and I think they've taken a toll on the battery. The door open. I don't run it. If I mow at night with the light on, I don't run the RPMs way up, so I don't think it charges, so I'm going to start running a little bit higher. Alright, let's get on it. This thing has, as you can see, the tires are just about shot. These are original tires. They're 23 years old. Rear tire, see all the plugs. Alright, so I'm at the creek. I went ahead and boxed the Z-Link. Probably ought to take probably should have taken it out and set it up the way it was and then see if it leaked, but it'll be fine. There's the little stream, so I'm going to get in it. Looks like the algae, they've cleaned it up some, so we'll see. I've got my gear on here. I got my waders, booties. I got to put my shoes on over my booty, over my waders here. These are heavy duty, supposed to be dry suit, but unfortunately the thing leaks. I cannot get it fixed. But that water is so cold because that's spring fed. you've got to have at least a wetsuit to stand it. Dry would be much better, but it's not going to happen unless I can figure some way to fix this suit. All right, so there they are on. One of them's taped up. This has been re-glued. You know, when you dig, you have a tendency to use your feet to move rocks and gravel around, so they don't hold up real well. This one I taped up. This one was taped up, but it seemed awful tight. So I went ahead and took the tape off, but I don't think it was that. I think it has something to do with the gluing process. I got the sole not quite right, but it will be fine. I think I will go ahead and put the tape on there that I have left over. Or I've got electrical tape. I've just been using duct tape. There it is. Try to hold the shoe together a little bit. But I did put that foamy Gorilla Glue on there, so it seems to be working. Got a channel there. I've got some nickel material. These are dug nickels. Try to melt them and get them running this channel. Then we're going to make a ring band out of it eventually. But it's just so I can get a little stock on hand. We'll put just a little bit of flux on it. Here we go. Try to get the metal around that channel. It usually puddles up. Ooh, that's getting hot. Should put a glove on. Let me see if I can move this all together. Kind of wants to stay apart. Got to get these rods lined up just perfectly to get the fire to stand. Make it difficult if it doesn't. It's not too bad. What'll happen, we'll get that hammered down into a sheet, maybe, and then we'll be able to make a band. Of course, I'll be cut some. There's no way I can elongate it while hammering it very easily. So we'll get it into the cool water here. Be sure to pop it in your on your foot. No, don't do that. Pop it away from you. There we go. And now we're ready to go into the bath. And you can see that? Down she goes. You can warm your coffee this way in the winter time. And there we go. So we'll take it over here and hammer on a little bit, get the slag or whatever you want to call it off of it. See, it's kind of crappy looking. What's wrong with that thing? No. Don't miss. You'll be feeling it for a couple of weeks after you get out of surgery. Bone reconstruction. And down she goes. I need to put a net around this thing. You see it still maintains being silver. With the nickel in it, it's still 75% copper. I got 3 of bricks, the fire bricks, so I'm going to take those to the barn. I might have another one over here on the other side of the house. It needs to stay on here. It's not easy to drive a piece of junk. We got this mode over here, I'll mow the rest probably tonight. Yeah, I think no. The blade adjustment is so worn, I have to put a bolt in there to lock it in. The teeth on it are so worn, they won't hold the lever anymore. There we be. Hot dog. Get our bricks. You know, I just don't think I have any more of the fire bricks. 2. I still got 2 left. So let me continue to work with it. I got to hold the camera. I only go one at a time. Just put one, a long one here on the bottom. Alright, so we've got this brazed. So the next thing is I'm going to cut this heavy piece for the digging shovel. So we'll see what we can do here. Hold on. Somebody broke. No, somebody came loose. So we'll cut this way and that way, and I'll cut across there. Then we'll take this out of there and we'll see what we got. Okay, so there's the 2 sections. See if we can put them in the vise. Hold on. Steel with his bare hands. Well, those are human hands, not bare hands. Bears don't have hands. Look how thick that is. And this is relic iron. Give it a whack. Really, I'd leave it just like that, and then with a shovel, weld the back. Let's see. I'm assuming I'm going to use the back of the large part. We'll slot it, put it down in there. So I've got the weld on. I've driven it onto the handle. I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. This I have to drive it back off because this is going to have to be cleaned. I cleaned that some for that weld. This will be smaller, of course, but I'm not sure about strength. I need to put something in here. All right. I'm going to take this cold across here and just see if I can get a channel in. Pretty much. Heavy piece of pipe. I can't remember where it came from. Okay. Here's what we got. I'm going to try to get it to where it fits in here and then around the back of the shovel, and we're going to try welding that to it.
We'll go with the rail. It is going into a V shape, but I can't keep it hung.
Okay, so here's the piece I was working on. I finally had to abandon it. I got the crease in it, and it was just too big and bulky. So anyway, I went with this bolt down the center of the end of the handle, and was able to get it welded to the shovel head. So, but I'm not sure how much time I had in this. Probably at least an hour. So. Alright, so what I ended up doing was I took a section of black pipe and put two ends from a union, and they slid perfectly up in the tube, in the pipe. And then this big bolt, which I ground the zinc off of it, welded it into the spade head. So that's how I ended up. The V-shaped piece of metal just was too bulky. Okay, so here's how we ended up. Welded down the back. You saw the pipe with the two fittings. They were slid in, drilled a hole through the pipe. And then this bolt was, ground it down some, tapered it. It's a little bit lumpier than I like, but I probably should have looked at some of the diggers that are already manufactured. It's not real smooth. There's some Bondo in there and a little bit of paint, but it digs quite well. And it's the only thing is it's a tad short. I like to use them to walk with. This brazing, and should have put a little more Bondo in there. And I just went ahead and taped the T up. It's not bad. If you wear gloves, of course you know what tape does in hot weather if you got hold of it, bare hands. There's a little bit of a landing I welded on there. So, alright. Alright, so thanks for coming along and joining me on the Axe Catapult Chronicles. I hope you had a good time. I'll be doing some axe throwing next, and I of course always do that at the end of the show. So again, thanks for watching, and please share if you like it. In time. No sticker. No sticker. She's nice and, well, yeah, she's pretty sharp there. I think I'll probably take some of this lumber and go ahead and do a regulation target and just have it on hand. Don't talk and throw, right? Let's put a card. We'll just see if we can cut it. Here in the next few throws. Okay, I'll take a little more time here. And right in half, but didn't stick. Right in half. Came in just a little flat. Well, which makes for a good card cutter, but it's got to stick. Now that's perfect landing there at this angle for targets, but card cutting, yeah, I know if you want to do a full cut, you got to come in kind of hard and a little bit over rotated. There. And that is a full cut, even though it landed in the exact same place. Was a full cut, had a little more tilt on it. Oops. Oh, there it is again. That's a little lower. Let me go ahead and do a one hand. Let go with one hand. I noticed with a two hand and then jumping over to the one hand as you get ready to release, the two hands kind of keep it a little more stable. Let me see when I do drop my left hand. Well, I really don't, do I? Let's see if we can hit it one more time. Let me do an underhand. I don't think I've done an underhand on it.